Welcome back to my channel. So, we are in the third week of February, and as always, it is a very eventful month, as it usually is. A lot happens in the month of February. Of course, we have Black History Month, which is still going on, popping and strong. We just had Valentine's Day, so if you had a great Valentine's Day, great for you. Happy Valentine's Day for you and your loved ones. But if you are a fan of the NBA like I am, if you are a huge basketball fan, then you know that February brings All-Star Weekend, which I look forward to all the time. I'm a huge fan of All-Star Weekend, and I think anybody who watches basketball and watches the NBA loves All-Star Weekend. Why? Because our favorite players are all in the same building, all playing on the same court, and that's, of course, an exciting time. So, we are going to recap All-Star Weekend because I'm not gonna lie, it was not the best. It wasn't the most exciting. But nonetheless, we're gonna go over a couple of things. Some important things happened. Brace yourselves. So stay tuned because we are going to recap the highs and the lows of All-Star Weekend. So keep watching. Celebrity game. Now, the celebrity game was pretty cool. There were a couple of cool players, I guess. Romeo played in it. Romeo's dad was in it. The owner from the Mavericks was in it. I think DJ Khaled was in it. Who else? See, I don't even remember. Honestly, it was a bunch of whack people. I think that guy Brandon Armstrong is his name, if I'm not mistaken. The one that kind of went famous and went viral with the basketball player impersonation videos. He was in it, and I think he did like some funny travel Euro step. I believe he was trying to be James Harden. So that was cool. I really wanted to see Famous Los. I don't know if he was invited. I know that he broke his hand, so that could have been why he wasn't in it. I do believe he was there for the weekend because I think I saw him and Kevin Durant playing like some basketball game thing. So, but other than that, it was whack. It wasn't anything that really stood out in my memory about it being exciting. So it was cool. I'll throw up a clip. But the celebrity game was pretty basic. I think because Kevin Hart wasn't in it, and we're so used to Kevin Hart being Kevin Hart, him not being in it kind of watered it down a smidge. But it was cool. It was really, really regular. You didn't miss anything if you didn't see it, so whatever. The next thing was the skills contest. Now, for me, I actually really like the skills contest because it's like a cute little basketball obstacle course. I actually find it very, very interesting. So it's one of my favorite events that happened during All-Star. And this year, it was calm. Yeah, it was calm. The Knicks got a win, so bring in the parade. Bring in the celebration. Kristaps, who's a big, who normally you would think that a guard would be really successful at the skills contest, but he was showing out and showing up for the bigs. So good job to Kristaps. The Knicks, I know that they were excited because that is the most exciting thing other than the Charles Oakley situation that they have had in quite some time. So I'm very excited for him. It kind of just shows the way that the bigs are evolving. They're a lot more finessing and they handle the ball much more than the bigs of the past. Can you imagine Shaq in a skills contest? Really? But it just shows that the bigs that are coming into the league now are different, and it's becoming a more guard-like oriented league. And it was cool though. It came down to Kristaps and my little boo thing, Gordon Hayward. I have such a crush on him. Nonetheless, it came down to him and Gordon. And Kristaps showed up. He knocked down his 3 on his first try. So that was pretty dope. I am proud of you as a Knick hater. I'm glad to see you guys get some type of excitement. So kudos. So one of my most favorite moments from All-Star Weekend, they had like a little half-court shot contest where every shot that a player made would give $10,000 to the Craig Sager Foundation. And I thought that that was awesome. You know, a way to, of course, donate, and a way to have Craig Sager's legacy kind of live on. So I thought that that was dope. So they had, I believe it was the 3 of the best from the 3-point contest. But then they started drafting in stars. Reggie Miller said he would do it. He called down a bunch of people to do it. Michael B. Jordan, the actor, he called down James Harden, a whole bunch of people. DJ Khaled. It was awesome. And everybody started, you know, lining up, and they made their shots. In the end, I think they collected like 130 or 150,000 from that to go towards the Craig Sager Foundation. And it was just so like heartwarming and almost made me tear up a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh. Nonetheless, they raised a lot of money, and that was probably the most like tear-jerking moment of the weekend. So that was dope, and it was a great way to get the players involved and excited, but also to definitely support and show love to Craig. So that was awesome. So the 3-point contest was, I think, after that or before that, and of course, everyone thought that the reigning champion, Klay Thompson, was going to just completely demolish everyone. Kyrie was in there, so I was hoping that Kyrie would definitely show up and show out for the Cavs. But in the end, Eric Gordon won, which I think was a lot of people's dark horse. He kind of came through and beat Kyrie by a couple of points. So that was fun. I was really hoping that Kyrie would have walked away with that win, but it was a close one, and Eric Gordon stole it. So good job for him. The dunk contest was trash from the beginning to the very end. It was trash. I don't know why. I mean, last year's dunk contest was actually really good. Aaron Gordon should have won, and he was back this year. I believe Zach LaVine was also back this year. So I was expecting that the dunk contest would kind of be like a rematch from last year. No, it was trash. I don't even want to talk about it. It was boring. DeAndre Jordan's huge self that I thought was going to definitely go in and do something amazing did nothing. I believe he jumped over DJ Khaled at a DJ table, which, well, it was whack. It was just whack. It was just whack. It was whack. It was whack. It was extremely whack. I don't know. I mean, it's sad. I think that's why people are really upset that players like LeBron won't step up and do it. And at this time, he's definitely not going to do it because he's only getting older. There's no need for him to do it at this point in his career. So if he didn't do it years ago, he's not going to do it anymore. But it's just like you have these stars that won't do it. Like, I would love to see like Westbrook and LeBron and people like that. And now Giannis has to do it now. He has to do it now. Giannis, whatever. But he definitely has to do it next year because at this point, it's just like, I don't want to see these no names do it. I don't care. Like, I no longer want to see it. They need to put the dunk contest way in the beginning that we don't even need to see it because I don't want to watch it. It's boring. It's boring. It's whack. It was whack. I don't even want to talk about it. Moving on. So one of the biggest topics of All-Star Weekend probably was this whole Westbrook situation. Would he play with Durant? Would Durant pass him the ball? Would he pass Durant the ball? Would they play with the other 4 Warriors? That was probably the biggest thing. Durant and Westbrook definitely avoided each other the entire weekend before the All-Star game on Sunday. They went around each other. They went to great extents to make sure that they did not have any type of interaction. Westbrook, of course, completely bypassed interview questions about Durant. He started talking about fashion, which was classic. But yeah, that was a huge deal. So the game finally was here. So Sunday came, the game was about to get started. We were all excited to see when they would sub in Russell to play, and it happened, people. It happened.
For the East. Russell Westbrook from Kevin Durant.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Anytime you get...
He played with Kevin, and Kevin gave him a lob. It was an open look. Russell did a little dunk. The whole West Side bench had like a celebration for them. It was cute. However, they asked each of them about it, and they were like, it's basketball. He was open. I passed him the ball. Russell said it was nothing more than a basketball play. And I believe them. It's sad, though, that it has come to this. They were like two little kids. That was probably the biggest part of the All-Star game. It was a horrible game, by the way. It was one of the worst All-Star games on a Sunday that I've seen in a very long time. I really wanted the East to win. The East has not won since Kyrie was MVP. That was in like 2014. And then before that, they hadn't won for quite some time. So I really wanted them to win. At first, I thought it was going to happen because the East, the score was getting up there. But then there was just no defense. And then everyone's like, oh, well, wait, they're going to have defense in the fourth quarter. No, they didn't. They didn't have any at all. It was just this huge exhibition game that wasn't even that good because it was a bunch of missed dunks, a bunch of missed layups. And it was just like, what is this? It was horrible. It was not enjoyable. It was not fun. Giannis definitely brought it. He dunked all over Curry and gave me some level of excitement that was missing from my life. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. It was just really just whack and boring. Kawhi Leonard didn't play any minutes, and he was probably just like, this is not system basketball. I do not need to subject myself to this type of play. He did not play. He probably played like 3 minutes. DeMarcus Cousins did not play at all. Oh, no. I think he played around 2 minutes. It just was whack. It was whack. And it ended, of course, the West won. And then it happened. DeMarcus Cousins got traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. And I am very excited about this. Now, the moment that I heard about this trade, I knew that Cousins had to go somewhere. He was not going to survive on the Kings. I don't think they wanted anything to do with him anymore. So I know that before the trade deadline, he was going to go somewhere. Did I think the Pelicans? No, I didn't think the Pelicans. I think that a lot of people probably thought if he was going to go anywhere, why not go like to the Celtics? But the Pelicans might be a good place. When is the last time that we saw like a two big man duo like that since like Duncan and Robinson? Are you kidding me? They're about to be the healthiest NBA Twin Towers for quite some time. Like, I'm excited. If they could find a way to figure this out, they just need a playmaker. I know I'm probably sounding like LeBron, but I'm dead serious. They need like a Chris Paul, and I'm going to have to make a phone call because I said it yesterday. Like, Chris Paul needs to go back to New Orleans, and I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him up and see how he's feeling about the situation because I think that that would be a great place for him to go and finish out his career where he started. Why? I mean, why not? Why not? Why not do that? Because they would be a competitive force to have those two, the best 4 and 5 right now in the league, hands down on the same team. And a lot of people are thinking like, oh, it's not going to work out. Is there going to be chemistry? Are they going to find a way to mesh? I don't think it's going to be a problem. And I'm very excited. And if they could just find a way to get into the 8th seed and stay there and go up against the Warriors in the first round, like, come on, man. I am very excited about this. I am very excited about this trade, and I hope that they could somehow work it out. I really don't think it's going to be that big of a problem, but I just need them to figure it out because that 2-man duo at the 4 and the 5, no one's getting into the paint, period. So you're going to either have to settle, if you're not a bigger team that can combat them, you're going to have to settle for 3-point shots. And if your 3 points are not falling, there's no way that you are getting into the paint. The paint is completely locked down. The paint is completely off limits when it comes to this Pelicans team. They are not going to let you in. So you are going to just have to resort to taking 3-point jumpers. You're going to have to do it. So the best team to really see how this works out is definitely against the Warriors because they're not as big. So they are going to have to take 3-point shots. And they are one of the greatest 3-point teams in the league, probably ever. So it's going to be great to see that. And I hope, I hope that for some way they can figure out to get into the 8th seed. I think it could be an upset. Maybe I'm dragging it, but it's definitely going to be exciting to watch. Are the Kings smart? No. Was this a good trade? There's two ways that you could take it, because yes, DeMarcus needed to move on. The Kings obviously did not have a good relationship with him. I think that they really just wanted him up out of there. I don't think that they thought that the relationship with him was going to go in a successful way. Could they have gotten more for him? Duh. I don't know. They had 4 more days to weigh their options. They had 4 more days to try to bait other teams into getting them something. Like, they rushed it. It just wasn't a smart trade on both ends. It just wasn't good. They got Buddy Yield and who else? A first round pick and a second round pick. It just wasn't good. It was just a sloppy situation. But whatever. DeMarcus is out of there. I don't think he's the happiest, but he may as well just make the best of it. He's in a new environment. He's playing on a pretty good team. With him being there, it could be a pretty good team. They just need a couple more pieces, and they're definitely contenders. So the Kings lost in this situation. They better hope that those first and second round picks land them in a good situation, because they are going to look like some dummies. They look like dummies right now, but it's still premature, and it could happen to be a great move for them, but I don't think so. All in all, All-Star Weekend was kind of disappointing. I was expecting so much more. But there's always next year. All-Star Weekend will be in LA next year, so I don't know. Kobe, come out and do something. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Come on out there. I'm sure he's going to show up. But it's going to be in LA, so hopefully it's a lot more exciting. Why don't they add like a one-on-one contest? Or if they're going to do a dunk contest and none of the stars are going to be in it, get some people off the street. I don't care. But something's got to give. The weekend was weak. It just wasn't as exciting as it normally is. And that's a little bit disappointing. But there's always next year. So we've come to the end of this week's episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. If you're not subscribed to me, subscribe to me. And thank you guys as always. We do this once a week. Hopefully in the future I can probably up it to twice a week. And of course, I say this all the time. If you have any suggestions, anything you want me to talk about, anything that you want me to discuss, hit me up. Write me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. If you have my number, text me and let me know. All right. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.